Very important part of this trailer is that Dr. Otto Octavius, Doc Ock, acknowledges that our Peter Parker is not the same Peter Parker as his. Therefore, Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker is technically acknowledged here.
You're not Peter Parker.
To acknowledge that Tom Holland is not the same Peter Parker from his universe is to acknowledge that Tobey Maguire is the Peter Parker from his universe. So little hints like these, little small details tell us that Tobey and Andrew are coming. And then let's talk about the very final scene with Doctor Strange. We see a lot of mystical stuff going on and it kind of looks like the multiverse is shattering. Doctor Strange says, they're starting to come through and I can't stop them. Now, right away, what I believe is happening here is that the villains are actually trying to bring more villains from different universes into this universe. More on that in a bit, but what this tells me is that Peter Parker and Doctor Strange cannot do this alone. Doctor Strange literally says, I can't stop them. Then Peter Parker himself, our Tom Holland Peter Parker, even says, this is all my fault. I can't save everyone. Again, implying that Peter is going to need some help, in which he will get in the form of two other Spider-Men. And I think that this could perhaps be the time where the other two Spider-Men do get brought into this universe. Doctor Strange can't stop other people from coming in. Why would it only be bad guys? Perhaps the good guys would come as well. And I think that is what's going to happen in this scene, if not earlier in the movie. So yes, I firmly do believe that Tobey and Andrew are 100% in this movie. I think they've been edited out of some scenes in this trailer, but let's get started on some other really important scenes. Now, the first scene is Peter talking to MJ, and he actually mentions getting bit by the spider, something that we really haven't heard much of in the MCU. They skipped the whole origin story when they introduced Peter in Captain America Civil War and then in his own film Homecoming. And he tells MJ there's only 1 week that he's ever felt normal, where his life has felt normal. And he says that week was the week that MJ found out that he was Spider-Man. Now, of course, it looks like our Peter Parker got to work right away when he got these powers, doing good like he talked about in Captain America Civil War, taking on the responsibility. But what I think they could be doing here is foreshadowing. This scene is made to imply that MJ is kind of the best thing in his life, with the exception of maybe Aunt May. But she's the one that makes everything better. Now, I hope this isn't the case, but it could be foreshadowing perhaps her death, or maybe her forgetting that Peter is Spider-Man at the very end, or maybe even forgetting that she knows him. Again, I hope not, but a little bit of foreshadowing here. Then it shows us some web slinging footage, which we haven't got a ton of in the cityscape so far with the Spider-Man Homecoming franchise, but here he has MJ and they're going through the subway tunnels. So this is literally picking up right where Spider-Man Far From Home left off in that post-credit scene where he's with MJ. Everybody knows that he's Spider-Man. He's going to pick